Okay, I'm live. Hold on. Okay, can anybody see me? I think I have entered. Okay, baby, can you stop it? He's saying it works, and you're saying it doesn't. Why are you doing this to me? Can you see me out there? Is everybody see me out there? Can you see me? Okay, you see me on YouTube? All right. Here we go. This is the Hollywood Rabbi live. Even though my wife says I'm not live, I am live. I think I checked my pulse right now. Anyway, I want to wish you guys all a happy Rosh Hashanah, and this is our first live stream actually, and I have a very special satellite hookup with the Jerusalem Rabbi out there. I'm going to drop my link here. See if we can do this. All right. I'm going to copy a clipboard. Let's see. You see the link there? I've dropped the link for the Jerusalem Rabbi there. We're going to talk about Rosh Hashanah. It should be in the chat box of Are you seeing this? All right, we have M&M Journey here joining us. How you doing today? Welcome to our first live stream. How are you doing? Where are you broadcasting from, M&M Journey? Thank you for coming. Tell us a little bit about your program here. I'm waiting for a StreamYard hookup right now. Oh, there we go. Device is not connected. Let's see if we can add.
It's working.
Ooh, I think we've got you. And there he is, live from Jerusalem. That's the Jerusalem Rabbi there. You're so humble. You didn't put up your official moniker that I've named you.
Oh yeah, should I change it?
What'd you say?
Should I change it?
Can you, or is it like written in granite?
It might be in granite. I could. Oh.
Oh, we've got M&M Journey joining us from the Philippines. Are you from Manila? We've got an international group here today. We've got someone from Jerusalem, all the way from Jerusalem, and we've got the we've got the Jerusalem Rabbi here. Does anybody call you that, or no?
Not yet.
Not yet. I just coined it like about 10 minutes ago, so I'm the only guy doing it. Oh, there's DJ Seleni over there. DJ Seleni, do you want to come up and say hello to Dylan Michael here? He's all the way from Jerusalem. There's M&M Journey saying hello to you too. She's from Dumaguete. How far is Dumaguete from Manila?
I don't know. Probably not even that far from Jerusalem.
Really?
All
the way to Jerusalem. That's right. I can't believe it. You're a guest on my very first live stream as the Hollywood Rabbi. You know, we do a lot of live streaming on my other channel, but this is the first one. So you guys, this is a historic moment.
Crazy.
We've got this hookup. We've been talking about this all week. That's really cool. I see you're on your phone right now.
Yeah, this is in a browser somehow. I don't know how it's working. But
it's in a browser. That's cool. DJ Seleni, if anybody else wants to come up, you can. We dropped the link earlier, but we're going to talk a little bit about, because I know the Jerusalem rabbi is in a little hurry. He's going to. I don't want to keep him too long. We had to set up a new account just to get this thing working. I can't believe we actually did it.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
So our topic for today is Rosh Hashanah, the New Year, the Jewish New Year. Did you have any insight to talk with us?
Yeah, so I heard some interesting stuff about it in the last week or so because we've been focusing on it, and yeah, it's mostly like the purpose of the holiday is really just to like reflect on what you want to do during the next year. It's really just to think about what you've done so far, what you've already accomplished, and like to think like where's the next place I want to go in life? What do I want to do? How do I want to connect? What do I want to connect to? What do I want to put my effort into? And then you have the 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur to like really think about it, think how you're going to put it into action. And on Yom Kippur, then you put it into action and you make a plan really. But right now it's just like you're just figuring out like what do you want to do with what do you want to do with your year? What's really important to you? What do you want to focus on? And that's basically the basis of the holiday.
Yeah. What's something you're trying to focus on?
Um, Definitely just like trying to look at the bright side of things all the time. Really just focus on learning more, focus on connecting with you guys more in LA and everything, connecting with family and with friends, like stuff like
Well, this is a
that.
great
Really,
way to do it. I'm so glad you inaugurated my first Hollywood Rabbi. We haven't put a video out on this channel in about, I would say, 3 or 4 months. So I'm really
yeah, it's
glad
crazy.
that I think they were about ready to say Yisker for this channel.
You're
I looked on
close.
my
You're close.
my graphics. I had -6 followers for this month. I don't know how that's possible. It's a tough
Yeah,
job being. But you know who's doing? The Hollywood Rabbi that's doing really well is my Instagram Hollywood Rabbi. I don't know. Does anybody out there follow the Hollywood Rabbi on Instagram? Because I've got some really cool Rosh Hashanah pictures here. And did you see my latest one? I don't know if you can see this.
very
There's
nice. What is
one.
that?
That's me up in
Neil Diamond?
Hollywood with my ram's horn
Oh,
and
nice.
my honey pot. And I got, let's see, what else I got? Wow, I got, this guy. I don't know how he appeared on my screen.
What is that?
That's
Rabbi
Rabbi
Korf?
Korf from Kabod there.
Oh, wow.
I have to
That's
listen. He
crazy.
got a message. That's Bono. I don't know how Bono got on there, but anyway, got a lot of eBay stuff going on here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. This is like the MC Escher. I was trying to design a Rosh Hashanah card
The
from.
picture.
See, the thing that I was thinking about, like, what's the connection between Hollywood and the high holidays and the word holy? I think there it is. You could call it
Right,
Holywood. You can make anything holy. So that's what I
right,
think Rosh Hashanah is all about. You can just take this regular stuff and do things in the
change
right
it.
way and
It's true.
raise the elevation of it.
It's
What
true.
else
It's
we
true.
got here? Yeah, and you got to share a lot of love. See, here's Hollywood Rabbi sharing a lot of love and brotherly love. Here's some flowers.
I'm
Do
so
you
confused.
recognize that
Where are these
tallest?
pictures from? What is
Do you
that
recognize
tallest?
the tallest? That's
Is
your
it,
tallest.
why is it like different
You got it
colors?
in Israel
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
first time
remember
you
that.
came. You remember that?
Yeah.
You got. I
Where did
think
we get
when you
them?
were at somebody's
We
bar
had the bar
mitzvah,
mitzvah,
they
right?
gave them out to the
Yeah,
kids,
I remember that.
and so I wore your. I hope you don't mind me wearing your tallest. It was, it's the only one that doesn't fall off like after three
It's true.
seconds of wearing it.
It's
And
true.
here's me like in the cosmos. Do you think this is too ostentatious? I
I'm
haven't
so
really
confused. Why is
released this
that?
one. It's just like it's
I don't
kind of
even know why that.
it's kind of bordering on a Vodazora or something.
Maybe, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's what is happening in that picture? Are you
Fire.
underwater in that one? Are you under?
No, it's
Is that
just
the
like
next one? You're in a
it's like
fish tank?
I'm coming out of the fire.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully your tallest is flame retardant.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably. It's probably.
that's me trying to reach out to God on a payphone.
Payphone. Well, I'm so confused. What is?
Yeah, I was at the courthouse. I found a payphone, but when I ran it through this app, it just all it did was keep the phone and it connected it to the Death Star. I don't know. It was a cool concept, I just so here's another
So
one. This one is kind of it's like me talking to the cosmos. It's kind of like a prayer metaphor, I think. I got this really
yeah.
cool app. If you want, I can run some photos of you, and tell me
What
what.
is this
Send me a
out?
photo. I'll make an art project out of you. That's me in the set of Jeopardy
Jenga.
trying to make a phone call.
It's
It's a corded
Jeopardy.
phone. Let's see what else I got there. This is I was trying to help somebody with their lesson plans, make it a little easier for the principal to read it. Yeah, sometimes they just picture tells 1,000 words. There he is, and that's your mother's book, Bono the Monkey. See all the stuff you're missing?
This is virtual
That's
school.
full of virtual. That's DJ Selene we've got out here. I don't know if she's still listening. I'm
He
down to
left.
-2 viewers right now. uh, but no, that's cool. So, any other messages about the high holidays and
A big thing about this holiday is it's really just like enjoy. It's really to enjoy the day. Like you shouldn't be stressed out right now because like it's like one of the biggest days of the year. Like one of the biggest like one of the holiest days of the year, and really like a big thing. And this one like versus like Yom Kippur, like Rosh Hashanah, you're basically just like you're like almost like partying kind of. Like you're in show a lot of the time, but you're eating a lot. Like you got the honey, the apples, the whole like smorgasbord of like different vegetables and stuff that that have like different meanings. And
Hello.
hi, what are you guys up to now? It's like 4 a.m.
No, continue. I like what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I just wanted to say hi and see.
Yeah. And yeah, and it's really just a good day. Like connect with people, connect with family, connect with friends. Yeshiva is really good for that because I'm just in a big group of guys. We're close, we're all close, and we're really like working together to like learn and to like push this year. And tomorrow's gonna be a huge day of just like enjoying and like just trying to figure out what we want with our lives, which is really important for people my age. I'm only like almost 20 years old. Like I barely like know what I want. So it's big for us, me, my friends, and everybody here to like, and everybody really in the world to like think about like what you want to do with your life, like what's really important. Like that's really what you have to focus on because like really this day like is for us. Like God doesn't need a day to like judge us. God's really watching us every day. He knows already what he's gonna judge us. But like we need a day for ourselves to think about the fact like about what we're doing. Like we can't just like go years and years and years without thinking about anything. Like you have to every year you have like a set time to like okay, this is how I did last year. This is what I'm gonna do the next year, and you just have to keep working with that, and hopefully you have growth every year, like in between every gap, and you just continue to grow between the gaps, and then you assess, you reassess. It's a big thing. It's like assessing where you're at this moment, and working your way up to the next step. So even if you like, God forbid, go down, you already know like, okay, this is what I need to work on. You go back up, and you're already much higher than you were the year before anyway. So yeah,
yeah, that's it's a really interesting. It's kind of like a workshop of introspection, according to what you're
exactly.
saying.
You're just looking at your life. Yeah,
Life
and you
review.
exactly. That's every year, every day. You're supposed to do a little bit. Like you're supposed to think about your life a little bit, during the day. And once a year, you realize, okay, this is what I did. This is how I did. Now, and right now, it's really more like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want. This is who I want to be. Like, what kind of person do you want to be this year? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to focus on? This is really the time to really put it on yourself and just say, okay, this is what I want. And you don't have anybody, like, you don't have to, like, you could just, like, say what you really, really want to do. And, like, and God willing, like, with God's help, you'll be able to get there quickly. And yeah. So
Yeah,
it's a really crazy holiday. It's a great holiday. I can't wait. I can't wait. This is really like one of my, like, the first times I'm really going to connect to it, because we've been focusing on it, and there's been like a lot of stuff that we've been learning about, and it's just like, it's a really good time to put everything in action and really just to, like, reflect. It's really just a good time to reflect. Yeah.
I think a lot of people in today's society focuses. We talked about this earlier over the phone, but a lot of people in society focus on what everybody else is doing wrong, what society's doing right. And believe me, there are things that are wrong, but
Right, of course.
that can't be in place of serious introspection. And I talked to a lot of people, and they were telling me, no, we can't think about us. We just have to think about what these other people are doing. But our tradition always tells us we have to always focus on ourselves. We're not perfect. And we can't just blame everything on everyone else. I mean, even though it may be someone's fault.
Right, because really, like, if you're blaming everybody else, everybody's blaming everybody else, nothing's going to get done, because really you can't control what they do, they can't control what you do. If everybody just sits down and says, okay, this is what I need to do right now, then the entire world would change, or much more would change. Then, okay, that guy needs to do this. So what? So what? You tell him he needs to do it, he's not going to do it. He needs to think for himself. Like, okay, he's not doing it, fine. He's not doing the right thing. But if he's not doing the right thing, it's a big problem. It's a big problem for all of us. But really, what we have to do is work on ourselves, and then when we get to a certain point, we can help this person out, instead of saying, okay, you're doing the wrong thing. Instead of saying, you have to bring them close to you and say, this is you're like, you have to bring yourself close to the person and understand what they're going through. Nowadays, it's hard. People don't want to understand what other people are going through. It's just me. Like, this is what I think is what's right, 100%. And really, it doesn't matter what I think, because it's just everybody else is doing it wrong. Like, really, it should be, I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm focusing on myself. I'm really living what I say too, because people, like, you're putting it on other people. Are you living that way yourself? You have to live that way. And once you're living that way, and you're the perfect example of what you're saying, and it's really working for you, and that's the right way to live life, and you're happy, then fine. Then show people that's the right way to live life. Show people that you're happy. But really, like, you can't just say, okay, you're doing it wrong. Like, so what? They don't know they're doing it wrong. They think they're doing it right. Like, but it's not going to fix anything. It's really just, and this really shows, like you can't compare yourself to other people. In the same note, you can't say, okay, great, like, that guy is so much better than me. Like, I'm never going to be that good. So why should I even try? Like, that guy's a completely different story than you, completely different people. And this is really a day to say, like, look, this is what I'm at right now. You can't say, okay, that guy's at, like, this crazy level and I'm nowhere. Like, that doesn't do anything for you, because that's not you, that's someone else. Really, it's just about, what am I compared to what I was before? Not what am I compared to that guy, what am I compared to whoever. It's really, who am I now compared to who I was this time last year, or who I was this time yesterday, or whatever. It's really just about yourself. You're racing yourself. You're doing laps, and hopefully you do the lap faster this time, you know?
Yeah, that's really important, because at the end of the day, the question is, were you as good as you could be? Did you reach your potential? Not, well, why were you as great as this other person? Because everybody has their own set of talents and gifts and strengths that they have. So what was that song by Michael Jackson? I'm talking to the man in the mirror, I'm asking him to change his ways. It all begins with us. If you want to see change, you gotta be the example for change. And and lead the way in your behavior as well. It's not just do what I say, but
not what I do. Right, that's huge.
Other actions.
Right. And,
we have a special guest. Come over here. We got a
The cat?
special guest.
Where's my
Yeah, come
cat?
over
Where's the
here.
cat?
He wants to say hello to you. You know this guy? Ugh. He's a little heavy guy. Come on,
Gained some
say
weight since I
hello.
left.
Say hello.
Oh wow,
Little
he's
guy.
huge. That cat's huge.
There you go.
Wow,
That's my
that's
friend
crazy.
Tony Tiger. That's my friend Tony Tiger. He's all wet because someone's mopping the kitchen. And
Ew,
he's the
that's so
thing that
gross.
dries the floor.
So gross.
He
So
dries the floor.
disgusting.
Good. Remember this guy? Tony the Tigre.
Where is he trying to go? He's trying to get on the computer?
He just wants to get the heck out of here. Wow, he's all wet. You're all wet. Your tail's wet. Ah, a little camera shy. You never know
Yeah.
what kind of guests we have on here. But that's really
Where's
cool. I'm glad
Dallas?
you really got the core of what this holiday is about, and it's about, like you're saying, making new benchmarks, new goals. Sometimes we
Right.
start at the bottom of the stairway, we get to the next rung, and we're at the bottom again, and keep going up. And but like, yeah, that's important. Are you better off than you were a year ago? What
Right.
direction are you heading?
Right. And not to feel, don't feel bad if you did bad. Think just, what do I want now? I mean, specifically now is just to think what I want. And then eventually, okay, eventually we'll say, like, you're not supposed to like feel, oh, I'm so bad, I'm so bad. You're supposed to feel eventually, not on Rosh Hashanah, but on Yom Kippur and like before Yom Kippur, you have to think, I'm not bad. It's not that I'm bad. It's not that I did such a bad thing and I'm horrible. It's that I could be doing so much better. And I feel bad that I'm not doing better than I'm doing right now. There's so much that you can do, and like that's what you feel bad about. But you shouldn't say I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible person. We're not terrible people. By definition, all people are really good on the inside. It's just we get led astray by different things, and we don't do the right thing all the time. And really what we want is just to live up to our full potential. That's what teshuva is really just living up to our full potential, like returning to our full to who we returning to God, returning to how we can be, how God wants us to be. And it's yeah, it's a really big thing. And to really realize that God's not saying like you're a bad person. We're not saying you're a bad person. You did bad things. We're just saying like look how good you can do, look how much you can do, and like just think about that too. And we have so much potential. Like everybody has a crazy amount of potential. I've met so many guys that like even myself, like I've gone up so much, and like I'm like you can turn your life around in 1 year. 1 year is enough to change your whole entire life if you really like focus on it. So just about your priorities.
Yeah, that's really true. Like part of it is is we're just on this journey, and you gotta every single day is important. And sometimes we don't really see over because we're in the midst of it. We don't really understand
Right.
it, but um, that's
Right.
it's a really great day of introspection. And if you can come away making a plan to become a better person, then you really, I think you spent your time well. But
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
didn't, then
You have another
you
year. You're still alive.
oh, that's how we started this. Are we live? um,
Are you alive?
we actually we have 18 people watching us right now. That's pretty
That's not
cool. I
bad.
didn't
That's
realize.
good. That's good. Hi,
Yeah. Um, Corliss wants to know, why do people eat honey?
honey. All right. That's a good one. So, I mean,
I I think he froze on that one, but it's honey reminds us of sweetness. So to have a sweet new year. That's a
is it
good
working?
question.
Hello?
Yeah. You froze for a second.
Dad?
Yeah, I could hear you, but your image is froze.
Huh.
That's weird, but I do hear you.
Just happened.
Um,
Is it working?
it says, why is the challah bread round? I bought some round challah breads.
Right. Okay. So that thing. So the challah and the honey. Right. So the challah bread is round. It's like a cycle. And it's like I heard like I think you want to keep growing. You want to keep going around and keep and have like this full year, like a circular challah, and keep going in this cycle. There's a lot more depth in this too, but it's very much like this. Right now we're at the end of the year cycle and we're starting again. You know, it's like so that's why it's round. And with the honey and the apples, it's a big thing. Is it working? Are you still there? Can you hear me? Hello? Hmm.
He was explaining.
Yeah, is it working or is it glitching out? So confused.
Says it's caused by. Can you hear me? Okay, am I still going on or?
Okay, it's working again.
Okay.
Right. So you got the bread. Did you hear what I said?
No.
Right.
I didn't really hear
So
it.
it's round because we're at the end of our year cycle, but we're in this cycle. Like you're going in like a year is like a circle, you know, like the bread, and you're going around and you're just like you want this like complete year. You want to have this like full like a circle is like complete. You have this complete circle and you want that. And we just finished a complete circle and we're starting a new one. And it's like I think that's part of what it is. There's definitely more. And the honey, the honey and the apples is really like it represents having a sweet year, and also the bread's usually sweet too. They usually put cinnamon and stuff on the bread, but you want to have like a sweet year, and you want to really like today's the day to realize like that how today's the day to like or Rosh Hashanah is the day to really think about how you want the next year to be, and you want the next year to be like sweet, and you want the next year to have a lot of meaning. And there's actually other fruit too. It's not just apple and honey. And there's also like we eat like the head of a fish. We eat the head of a fish because we want to be the head, not the tail. We want to be like at the head. We want to be on the top. We want to really like show. We really want to grow, and it's really just symbolism of different parts of the year, like these different foods, like, and we're symbolizing like how we want the next year to go, and we're symbolizing like how yeah, just how we want it to be and how we want to be. And yeah, it's really an interesting thing, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait because they have like a whole thing here, as they had last year, and yeah.
So what was it like? Because you were in Jerusalem last year for the holidays. This year, Jerusalem's in lockdown, so they're not letting people
Right,
come in and go
3 week lockdown.
because of the COVID pandemic. They're not letting people come in and out, right?
Right, for 3 weeks, it's gonna be hard. So it's gonna be. Last year was
They're
with a
special
lot of
about it.
people.
Just a
Yeah,
lot of people celebrating, but you're right near the Western Wall,
yeah.
so
Look, maybe I
you're.
can show you guys. I'm really. You can see it from where I am. Wait, I use to the window. Can you see it?
The only
See it?
problem is for me, your image is frozen. I can hear you, but
Uh, it's frozen. Huh,
yeah.
that's weird. Is the internet bad?
Do you think it's my internet or your internet?
It says I'm full.
Can you hear and see me okay? Or
Yeah, I see you moving around.
yeah, maybe something happened to your internet. They say that we have 98 people watching right now. That's pretty amazing. Do you see that? Like, or is it just me?
It won't let me see any of that stuff. Wait,
Wow.
am I still there?
It's blacked out right now. I hear your voice.
Wait, I'll come back in a second. Okay. Oh, my internet is kind of bad. Huh.
Wow, we just hit 100. We got 100 viewers out there. Yeah. Hopefully StreamYard is right about this. They're very quiet. If you guys are out there, go ahead and ask a question. Anything you want to know. We had a few questions in the
Viewers?
background.
Wow,
Your image
that's a
came
lot.
back on.
Yeah. Do you hear? You see me now?
I can see you,
Can you
but
hear
your
me?
image is frozen.
Huh. Okay, so we have 100 viewers? That's crazy.
I don't know. I'll take a picture of this. This is really hard to believe. I'm not making this up, but you're like a magnet on social media, so maybe you're probably the reason. I'm going to take a picture of this right now and send it to you. Oop, I got it at 100 and taking a picture of it. I'm going to send it to
Oh,
you
they
on
have more
WhatsApp.
questions? Does anybody have questions about anything? I can search stuff up too. There's a lot of stuff on Chabad.org, but I know a lot of stuff, yeah.
There it is.
It's crazy.
You see it?
I think I know why it keeps freezing. I have so many things open. You have so many tabs open.
Can you close some tabs? We want to
Yeah.
say hello to everybody out there. This is our very first broadcast, and it's about we're it's kind of late here. We're about 10 hours difference. It's about 1:20 a.m. in Los Angeles, and it is what about 11 o'clock in it's 12.
Yeah, it's 11:20. 11:20 in the
11:20.
morning.
So you guys are about
It's crazy.
10 hours ahead of
10
us
hours.
here in Los Angeles.
10 hours.
So you're coming to us from the future. What's the future like 10 hours ahead?
And it's better here. It's better here. Everything's better in Jerusalem.
DJ Salady is asking, what is something that you learned about this holiday that you didn't know before?
I learned about it. I didn't know anything about the introspection thing, like how you're supposed to be focusing on what you want to do next year. Maybe another thing. We learned about the shofar. That's interesting. The shofar. I have some papers downstairs. We learned the shofar from these silver trumpets that they would blow the shofar on a Jubilee year. I think it might have been the horn, but it was either a horn or trumpets. But they blow these trumpets for freedom, and we're learning that we're trying to free ourselves from the past and really let ourselves have this whole new year and grow. The sound shofar is to remind us of where we came from and who we are deep down inside and how we can really be and how good we can be. And it really when you hear it this year it's a year where you don't have it actually. It's a Shabbos. It's a Shabbos Rosh Hashanah. We have the second day, but the first day we have no shofar because the rabbis put down a thing where they didn't want people to break Shabbos to listen to shofar. So they said, okay, we'd rather not do it, and we'll do it the next day than risk people breaking Shabbos over it. But usually we hear the shofar. We're hearing the second day, and it's just when you hear that noise, you're like, oh my gosh! It's just you're releases something inside you. You get emotional, and you really just think this is this thing inside of you starts you almost feel something inside you rise up sometimes when you hear it, and you're just you want to connect. You want to connect to deep within yourself because there's so much good within yourself that you can connect to, and that's really learn that's when you got to connect to that when you feel that I want to do good, I want to do the right thing, I want to be a good person, you got to run after that. The second you hear the shofar, you got to run after I want to be good. That's I want to connect. That's really important.
Yeah, it's just something about when you hear the shofar blowing the ram's horn that you really just wakes you up, opens you up to the new
It's the
year.
sound of freedom. freedom, new year. That's the new year, the new cycle. Every 50 years you free everybody. You free like you give all the land back to its old owners and everything. Like that's Jubilee year. Like 50 years, everyone gets their land back. Everybody is like back to where they started 50 years before. And that's like we want to be back where we started. We want to be back to like when we were like, we want to be in like that like innocence and like happiness and like just like everything's good. Everything's good when you're free. And yeah.
Well, yeah, well, that's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing the inner thoughts. And hopefully we can do this more often. Like,
Yeah, this is good.
Bill and I usually have these private conversations, and then I've been thinking we should actually, stream them so people could hear it. Really interesting things you have to say.
It's good. Thanks. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
So you were actually, you were in Jerusalem for New Year's last year, right? For the
Yeah, it's been a
holidays.
full year since I've been here a year and 7 days, 8 days. Crazy.
We really miss you, but I'm glad we're able to virtually get together.
Yeah, this is good. I like this. I think
Awesome.
It's good. Yeah.
We went to one of your favorite restaurants. We went to Leader's Restaurant tonight to
Oh,
do a
nice.
takeout,
Oh,
so we could
the
get
best.
some good holiday food.
It's the best restaurant. I went to a restaurant like that last night. They have one in Israel called Yoili's. It's like a similar idea. They have like less food there. It's like a smaller place, but like it's so good. It's so good. It's like, yeah.
Is it kind of
Like
like
chilling.
Leaders, that kind of food?
It's the same idea. It's the same idea basically, but like in Jerusalem.
Do they let people eat in, or do you have to eat outside? Because of the
My
pandemic?
school doesn't let me. My yeshiva doesn't let me eat inside, so I took it out, and I had to get back to yeshiva anyway, so I just ate it here. But they have seats inside. Yeah, they don't. It's not so bad in Israel, the Corona stuff. It's just like we just
Really?
take extra precautions. Yeah, they're doing this lockdown because they're scared people are gonna swarm in. I think for the holidays, it gets packed. It gets really packed. Last year, like the Western Wall, like the entire like thing was completely full of people. Like they were like being pushed outside of the entire like there's like a whole thing in front of it. Like there's a bunch of space out there. Like they're pushed out. Like they couldn't even fit. This year they had like they'd keep it less than like 10,000 people, 5,000 people in there. So it's like and they have these different like compartments in there now because people. I mean, you go to pray there and stuff, and there's like different boxes that you have to be in that you're separate from each other. It's interesting. It's been like that for the last 5 months, but it's yeah. It's this big open space over there, but it's actually kind of nice because you have like this private like place to pray also, so it's kind of cool.
What do you mean boxes?
They make these like fences, these 10 by 10 fences or something like that, like around each other, and then like
really?
they're bigger than that. They're pretty big. They're like maybe 20 feet by 10 feet, and then like you fit a bunch of guys in there in each box, and it's like in different rooms basically. It's like you're
People
in
are by
different rooms.
themselves in these little cubbies. Like,
No, you have like up to like 15 people in there, something like that nature. It's pretty big. It's maybe like 20 feet by 10 feet or something.
it seems
Each
like
box.
if you covered it over, it would be more chance of spreading something. Is it open on the top?
It's open up. It's open on the top. It's open on the top, but you're
Oh,
separated in these from each other because they don't want you close to. They want like I don't know why. It's just like a legal thing.
I guess
It
because
really
you
doesn't
can't
make
have
so much
more
sense
than like 10 or 15 people together.
in a room. Right, exactly. So they did this thing to like
Oh, okay,
separate people.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good thing for now, and you can still go and they let you in. Like it's at least like at the beginning you weren't able to get in there, but they just opened it back up. Like they opened back up like a month after the whole Corona thing started, and with a whole new system, and so now we're able to go. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, DJ Seleni said it's sad that people won't be able to visit the Western Wall. However, it's important to be safe at this moment. Yeah, this is a very different year of holidays. for us.
Yes,
You know,
different
I'm used
vibe
to, like,
entirely.
the last 30 years I used to go do these services and everything at retirement hotels. So this will be the first time, I guess, in 32 years or 31 years that I didn't do them.
That's crazy. They're not gonna let you go in?
No, I haven't been into the retirement hotels. Like, they don't even let family members in anymore. Like, I just haven't been there since March.
March. That's crazy. Really? March? Huh.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So that's why I think it's really important we do these inspirational messages for people who can't get out. You know, it's like
Right, yeah. But everyone's trapped in there. Thank God we have the internet and everything, and yeah, we have the opportunity.
awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to probably wrap up the stream. But would you come back again and maybe talk about Yom Kippur next
God
week?
willing, yeah, we'll come back
The
during the 10
holiday.
days, maybe do something for the 10 days and Yom Kippur.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome. And I'm going to keep this up so anybody can access it if they want to. They haven't seen it live.
yeah.
And again, thank you. Happy, healthy New Year. Shana Tova to you and to all the
Uh,
millions of people watching. And we will wish you a Shana Tova, happy, healthy New Year. Only good things.
Shana Tova, Shana Tova. Have a great
All
one,
right.
guys.
Well,
Wow,
all right.
it's be a
Well, I'll
big
say,
year. It's a big year.
yeah, good night, good morning, and good afternoon to everybody. And Happy New Year. All right. Bye
Hey,
bye. Love you.
hey.